Hello and welcome to the Session Confessions. Back once again with tales of bad behaviour. I'm here with my man Theo.
Hello. Yeah, we're back for episode 2 of the Session Confessions, where we're going to talk about the mad sessions you guys have had, the partying, the wild times. We've had some sent in now, so we're good to go. So, Was it going to take it away?
Yeah, and just a bit of a warning. The first two are a bit grim because there seems to be an ongoing trend about people defecating themselves after a bit too many.
We've got more
poo stories, but I'm going to get them out of the way early. So if you're a bit squeamish or you're not keen on the poo stories, then you can fast forward.
Don't blame us. People have sent these in.
We're just purveyors of truth.
All we do is bring you the stories and hopefully add a little twist of humour to them. But we're not asking for poo stories. Stop sending your poo stories in. I've got enough shit to deal with in my life.
I'm quite immature, and
so
I
do
find poo stories quite funny. So
let's go then.
Send them in. So apologies for reading off the phone. It's a bit unprofessional, but my printer broke this morning. So the first one's called "I Went to Breen." Breen Sands, as in
Breen Sands. Yeah, got you.
Sands, so a few years back with the in-laws for a weekend, and on a Friday night, I got absolutely fucking shit-faced. Is how he's described it. So we all know where this is going. My father-in-law doesn't let you shit in his caravan, so we had to go to the toilet block on the night. So first off, what sort of man doesn't let you shit in a caravan? I thought that was like rule 1 of caravan life.
Yeah, everyone smells your shit in the caravan. My
like
father-in-law. Who wants to stay in a caravan with their father-in-law? It's going to definitely hear you knob on his daughter, isn't it?
Well, these are the...
Or his son, whatever way round, sorry.
Maybe that's the whole thing. It's the risk you take, and that's the thing that gets the
I couldn't do it, man.
No.
Well, I could. My wife wouldn't let me.
Yeah, I was going to say. But, right, so quickly realised that he was in trouble.
Yeah.
Toilet block was about 30 yards down the road. And he's up footing it there, and he's got about halfway, and he's realised
it's coming.
Tom is not on his side.
Oh.
And he says, I was about... Just to show how fucking wrong, this is the logic that you have when you go, I was about to shit on someone's pitch, but they turned the caravan light on, so I had to leg it. So he was probably down trousers, waddling up the road. And he says, as you probably guessed, I didn't make it, and there was a good 50-yard trail of poo all the way to the... Fuck you. 50-yard trail of poo all the way back to the toilet block.
Did he clean it up, the dirty bastard?
Well,
I hope he did.
He says, it doesn't stop there either. I made an absolute mockery of the whole toilet block. I threw my shorts straight in the bin and had flicked my flip-flops off long ago before, so fuck knows where they was. As I was having a quick shower, I realised my wallet, phone, etc. and all that was still in his shorts, so he had to fish fish all that back out of the shit to get them. That is grim. By the way, that is proper grim.
Whoever you are, because I don't know who to send these in. Whoever you are, I'd have let the money go, mate. Fucking hell.
That's when your phones can, lead to incrimination.
That's how important phones are nowadays.
Well, yeah.
Everyone needs the phone's the most important thing. I saw a bloke once, right, drop his kid to save his phone. Phones are the most important thing to people. I swear, I was in a pub. I'm in a pub having a beer. I was with my missus. And this bloke had his baby on his lap and they're playing, and his phone started going. He let go of his baby and she fell and he caught his phone. Genuine true story, man. And I was like, it just shows, doesn't it? I probably did the same myself.
To be fair, though, that's probably a side piece, isn't it? And he's like, not that people have them. Anyway, moving on. Next morning, I walked up to the two blokes cleaning the lot, and they had the cheek to say that there were some disgraceful people knocking about.
I like that. I like that cheek.
And then they put signs. He did send me the picture of the signs, obviously but there were signs of saying that people have been abusing these facilities.
Was that? It's a shame we never had the pictures. We could have got them up.
All this ends with his now father-in-law's given him the nickname of Bobby Sands after like Breen Sands. And the bastard even told the story on his wedding speech on his wedding day. So that's probably giving him away if you know him. So you probably there at the wedding.
Well, you've heard the story then if you know him. But oh man, that is grim, innit? But you know,
a human snail leaving a big trail of shite.
The problem for me, right, is, and I know we're getting a lot of these shit stories, and you might think it's a bit grim. It's meant to be about the session, but we all do it, don't we?
It's the session before, isn't it?
The session causes you to be in that situation. With the next one, leading on from that though, I've got a holiday camp story that was sent to me, and basically it was an adult weekend in Butlins.
Oh, fucking
and
hell.
like a group of lads went down there. They're having the time of their lives. They're going wild. There's this hen party in sort of the adjacent block to where they're staying, of apartments or chalet, whatever you call them. So it's ended up, one of them's pulled one of these girls and he's doing the dirty with her in the bed, in the room. And while he's doing it,
Nah, don't
right,
say it.
while he's doing it with her, her phone rang, which is on the side. So the other guy who was sharing the room with him answered the phone to her husband
Nah.
and told her husband that she's having sex with his friend, so could he call back later? Then he just put the phone down and went, right. 2 days later, well, I'm the person who answered the phone, I'm going to be honest. Right, I'm not a good blender. My mate was having sex with this woman, so I answered the phone. I said, "Oh, she's busy sleeping with my friend." And so 2 days later, the next couple of days later, yeah, we went back out for a drink and that, and all the friends were there, and they come over to me. "You're a bastard, you are." So I thought, "What? You've ruined a marriage."
Oh my
I was
God.
no, she ruined the marriage.
So she's the one getting
He had a
bigger.
right to know. So I can be a really horrible person sometimes, but to be honest with you, though,
Maybe you've saved.
I'd rather know.
Maybe you've.
I've saved him from being his brother or something in the future.
Oh, yeah.
If it was me and my wife was getting the back end knocked out of her, I'd want to know.
I'm not sure I'd want to know.
I want to know so I can finish it.
Not while it was happening, though. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want running commentary.
Oh yeah, I suppose that. Yeah, but you'd want to know so you can get rid of
He's
her.
pulling her hair now. Jesus. No.
She had a body to die for, but a face like a cloth bag of spanners.
What do they call it? Body off Baywatch, face off crime watch.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I remember I just didn't like her. She was proper attitude.
So it was more about you not wanting to ruin a marriage, just more that you thought she was a bit of a cow.
I just didn't like her. No, I still don't like people. I didn't know she had a husband when she got in bed with my mate. I left her in the bedroom. I'm watching telly, I'm drinking Sambuca out the bottle.
So hang on, you're watching Euro trash and your mate's absolutely pole driving some bird.
Some bird. It's like 3 in the morning, and her husband rings.
We would have been the sign language BBC News or something, wouldn't it?
What? But then I'm like,
Things you watch when you piece.
I'm not obviously assuming she's a single woman.
Well,
When hubby comes up on the phone, I'm thinking, you know what, you bitch, doing that to the poor bloke, I'm going to tell him.
you're probably doing him a favour, actually.
I've done him a favour.
Yeah. So not only do we provide excellent coverage of drinking stories, we also
Ruin
marriage
marriages,
counsellors
yeah.
as well. I
Well,
suppose.
marriage destroyers.
Yeah, but you know, they spoke now.
She
Probably
deserves
having-
it. I hope she's single now. Because
Yeah.
she'll do. But the thing was, oh yeah, this is it, right? The thing was, she was like going out with an older bloke apparently, and the bloke's daughter was there with him, and it all kicked off. Which is
like-
even funnier for
It's
me.
like throwing a hand grenade into the group chat, that, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
that was brilliant. My mate's like, "You're a horrible guy." I was like, "I know I am."
I bet he didn't mind at the time, though.
Oh no, he don't care.
At
That
the time of
kid.
his life.
That kid doesn't care. Trust me, he don't care about anything.
Did she see you answer the phone, or was she?
No,
obviously
the
too
doors were
preoccupied?
shut in the bedroom.
Oh, right, got
They
that.
were-
I
they-
thought he was like
No,
literally
they were in a
twin
bedroom.
beds.
They were in a bedroom. I was in
Got
the
ya.
lounge area, and she'd left the phone on the table.
Oh, right. So in my head then,
Oh,
I
you
had
thought-
it down. The
oh,
telly was
no.
on. You was on one single bed. They was on another single. Like Bert and Ernie.
He's done that to me before though. Same kid, Benidorm. Oh no, it weren't him actually. It was a different one. It was another one of our mates, and he come back with a girl right to the room, and I'm asleep. I was asleep. I went back early, and he's got in bed with her, and I've woke up and they're doing. I said, "What the fuck's going on, man?" I said, "Sort it out." He's like, "Oh, can you leave us on our own for a bit?" I was like, "Yeah." So as I'm going out the room and left that other lad, the one I was just talking about, who was the one with the married woman, he came back because he was sharing a room. There's 3 of us in there. He walked in. He said, "Oh, parties." He started getting his top off. The woman shit herself, jumped up, ran out of the room in a bra and knickers, right? And the lad who was with her, he chased after her to explain it was just a joke. But he was naked, running through a hotel in Benidorm with an erection. And it looked like, I bet, to anyone that saw it, it looked like a scene out of, like, some horror movie, some thriller. Like, he was chasing her.
Oh, like the Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, he was chasing her, and she's like, and I just opened the balcony door and threw all the clothes in the pool.
Chasing them with his.
Yeah, with his little winky wobbling. I just opened, she left all the clothes in there. I just opened the balcony door, went on the balcony and threw it all in the pool.
You saying that, you've reminded me of I was there. I wasn't involved in this particular scenario. I remember when we was waiting for the airport. So to get to the airport in the taxi, was all around my mate's house, and the wrestling was on. And I don't know if you ever watched wrestling or anything like that.
I did when I was a child.
Yes.
I don't anymore.
It was just because it was like Friday night and was waiting for like.
I'm an adult.
Well, yeah, watching blokes
You
all
still
oiled
watch
up
it,
and that.
don't you?
Well, now and then. But there was a thing where there was like a match going on, and there's the two blokes, the tag team guys, doing it, and they threw the one into the rope, and his partner slapped him on the back, and the commentator shouted, "Hot tag!" And then the other bloke jumped in, and then so from that we devised this game that we play on holiday.
Yeah.
Whereas at any point, if you were slapped on the back and someone shouted "hot tag," you'd have to immediately swap what you were doing. So you can imagine the sort of situations this would get into. So there was times like you queue at the bar for ages in the nightclub, you might slap you on the back and you'd have to swap and you'd be like, "Bastard." Or like you were chatting to a girl, or all them stupid shit things, or halfway through dinner.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you're enjoying a nice meal and then fucking slap you on the back and you're like, "Bastard." So anyway, that was all going on. We was all sat on this huge balcony, and one of the lads on the holiday took a young lady back, and he was there, and then the other lad come out, I'm trying not to name names there. The other lad came out of this room, and all he had on was his pants, and he's like hauled himself up, and he goes, he goes, "Watch this." And on this these rooms, you had this like big shared balcony, but it was like 5 rooms.
Oh yeah, nice.
So but they had like slatted doors.
Yeah.
So he went, so he literally got on his belly, and he was like sliding around these like porcelain tiles, like a snake.
Yeah.
Going through it, and he started removing
Slats.
the slats. Well, you could obviously hear what was going on. It sounded like he was murdering it, to be fair. But he was like, he's
having a bit of the.
yeah. So
I thought having a meal or something.
No, the other lad was like going at this bird. In the
Yeah,
room.
they're having a bit.
We was all having a pint on.
Bird's not a very.
Sorry, the young lady.
Yeah.
So not very PC. Against,
Not very
sorry,
PC.
My apologies to the RSPCA. But so he's on his belly, and he's like, we're like, say. Apartment number 5, all having a drink out on the balcony, and they're in apartment number 2. So he slid all the way down this alleyway to where their apartment is, and he's got in his belly. He's started removing the slats in the door just enough so he can slide into the room. So we're like, it went quiet. I mean, it was like, has he got in? So we're all sitting there. So we're all gone quiet, and there's like other people there from the hotel and that. And then all of a sudden you've heard, "Hot tag!" And we just heard, "Oh my God, this girl's going running out across the hotel." And he's like,
she would, wouldn't she?
"Bastard!" And he's come running out, crying his eyes out. And he's going, "Look, we've hot tagged, you've got to swap." And she's like, fucking gone. And he's like,
"Oh, that's class, man."
It was, I forgot about that. But anyway, yeah.
That is class.
That was a funny one. I completely forgot about that until you mentioned twin beds and...
I was thinking of another one then, and it slipped my mind now.
It'll come back.
It'll come back at some point.
But on to poo story number 2, just to get it out of the way. I know.
Get the next one in.
I'm sorry. But can you imagine a more idyllic...
I think he's got a fetish, a poo fetish.
Yeah, I'm not scat man or anything like that.
Do you know what I mean? I bet his wife has to poo on him in the bath or something.
Oh God, no chance.
Go on, babe, please. Just do it with one more time. I promise I won't ask you again.
I had a chili last night.
Yeah, have a curry first.
Nice. We're getting into wrong. We'll end up on them fetish podcast lists in a minute. Carry on going away. Can you imagine a more idyllic place in the world to shit yourself than Byron Bay in Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice place, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can imagine somewhere better, Bora Bora or something.
Oh yeah. I shat myself in Bora Bora. Maybe there's a t-shirt line in that.
We could do it, couldn't we? We could get t-shirts made up. I shat myself, and then we could add the last bit on after and sell them.
Just do like a thing that you just draw on yourself.
No, I shat myself in, and then they can order them. We'll print it what they want. So if you want one, message the Fat Theo page or Session Confessions.
We'll get them made up for you.
I shat myself, and it'll have Session Confessions in it, and just tell us where you shat yourself. We'll have it made for you. They're only £100 each.
Jesus Christ.
PayPal me, Fat Theo.
Yeah. Make sure 50-50, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, Byron Bay, Australia. Now, as soon as someone says to me that for $5 you can have unlimited sangria, that's only going one way, ain't it?
Yeah,
Do you ever drink sangria?
Years and years ago, when I was in Spain, I'm talking, I was like a teenager, probably just about old enough to drink.
It was one of them when you always got a jug of it on the table.
Yeah, jug on the table, but I can't remember if you even liked it, to be honest.
I don't like it. I'm not very well red wine, so it's probably about. But for $5, you've got a question: A, what is the quality of this sangria like? And B, what sort of place sells $5 unlimited sangria and expect people not to shit their pants? You know what I mean?
Well, you don't expect people to piss themselves, maybe, be sick, but you don't expect people to shit themselves. Not grown adults.
Maybe that's just more low expectations of people.
Yeah, or maybe you hang around with different people to me.
Yeah, I thought, I might start selling adult nappies. Or something
Yeah.
But no, drinking competition in a hostel on the beach with some scantily clad beauties, and then in brackets he's put, I was slim at the time, so you might not realise.
Weren't me.
Right, here's a new one for me. Drum and bass didgeridoo live band with a fire twirler thrown in. They've gone all out here.
That sounds like a good night, to be fair. It does sound like a good night.
$5 for as much sangria as you can drink. Now that's just a red flag.
And that's in Australia.
This is Australia.
So that's not sangria. That's out of date red wine. They're trying to get rid of that.
We've got this shit. Tastes like vinegar.
Yeah, let's just fucking throw loads of fruit in it and some sugar and say it to these idiot English people.
And then this is about 5 pints of the shit fruity mixture. Decided to monkey about with my bowels. After sloping off to the carsy, I managed to just about get my shorts round my ankle, bend over, and then in big letters he's put boom. So you can imagine what sort of fireworks that's from. And he's put quick shower, boxes in the bin, and I went back on it. It says next morning, again, sorry to the cleaners that have had to deal with this. Next morning, went to the cars to find this little Chinese woman with a hose pipe cleaning brown fruity mess of all the walls and around 4 foot up off the top of the cistern.
Shit.
Shaking her head in disgust. And again,
it is a shame, isn't it? Because you don't think of the results of other people. Like the result, what's going to end up for? Like the people have to come in and clean your mess up.
Yeah. But it's the audacity to go in and then go, some dirty bastards knocking about here.
When I did it, when I was telling you last week in Mexico, my missus cleaned it all. Before, but she's wiped my arse and stuff.
I tell you what, she must love you.
Cause when when I had the stroke and that, I was in hospital. I was just gone. I couldn't move. I was vegetated, and she was like bathing me, and I shat myself, and she cleaned me in the bed and everything, and she shaved me.
That's to be expected, mate. Like you say, people who don't know, Theo, you had a stroke, wasn't it?
You had a brain hemorrhage.
So you had a brain hemorrhage, and
so I was
quite unwell.
Vegetative state for a bit.
That's
acceptable. That's an acceptable one.
Drinking gallons of $5 sangria.
Yeah.
And then shitting yourself.
It's more fun, I bet, because I had amnesia.
To that point before you shit yourself.
You don't want amnesia, trust me, it's horrible. But
$5 sangria probably does give you a bit of
maybe, a bit of brain damage. I wouldn't mind a bit of it. What's our next story, mate? Let's get away from the shit.
Yeah, so that's poo mode.
Going to talk about Villa now, aren't you? And bring shit back up.
Weirdly, it does come up in the story.
Really?
Yeah, but it's only the shirt. So there we go. So we run that.
Right, mate, magic.
There we go. So this is called the stag do. So this is it, and this is a long one. So you'll have to apologise for me looking at the screen while I'm reading this and reading like a toddler. So but let's just call this one the stag do. A good friend of mine had been with his missus for a good few years and finally decided that they were going to get married, as you do. He's known as a bit of an animal on the session, so when Prague was mentioned for the stag do, you can imagine how well that went down. Now, as you can imagine, being from the West Midlands and working around Birmingham/Cov, there was a big mix of people who supported different clubs. So the groom being a Villa fan, it was probably 25% Villa, 25% Blues, 25% Cov, and then 25% Glory Hunters. So the groom being a Villa fan was always going to get the rest of us. Now the best man decided the groom was to wear a different outfit every day. The initial idea was that Onion, that's what we're allowed to call him, was to bring his own bag of clothes for the weekend, and the best man would provide an outfit to him to wear each day/night. So we all arrive at All Bar One in Brum, and there's about 30 to 40 lads going on a stag do, all having a few pints and getting to know each other in the departure lane. Onion arrives and he's in his normal clothes, if you can class a Villa top as normal. His words, not mine, but I agree. We all carry on drinking. Now, you probably got about an hour, 2 hours before we depart, so we think about getting through security checks. Just we're about to finish our pints, the best man sends Onion away to get changed in his first outfit of the weekend. Bearing in mind we are still in the airport in Birmingham at this stage and haven't yet gone through security, the best man shouts, "Your boarding pass is in the bag as well." 20 minutes or so pass and we think, fucking hell, where is he? And then when we see this blue Smurf come trotting out of the, actually Miss Smurf, you know the one?
Smurfette.
The Smurfette, yeah, that's the one.
God, don't you know anything about it?
Oh my God, I was 40 years old, I forgot the Smurf's name. But then we see the big blue Smurf trotting along in heels in the tightest air hostess dress, carrying what looks to be a massive paper bag. Now, upon second look, we look at this massive paper bag, and it's actually an industrial-sized piece of paper that's got his boarding pass printed on.
That's nice. That's nice.
That's class. Now we're all lapping it up, and as we drink, we're about to laugh, get through security so we can get to the bar where the smokers get and have a fag before the flight. Cigarette, sorry. We are probably about 6-7 points into this point now, and we're wanting to be merry enough to get on the plane, but not pissed enough so we don't get kicked off. As you can see with the photo, the dress doesn't quite cover us enough.
You got the photo?
I'll put it up on the Twitter.
No, we could put it up. We'll get it added to this video. We'll send it over to our technical team.
Yes.
So the photo is this. Woo! But I haven't seen it, so I'll see it at the end.
His boxers are doing just enough to basically cover up his manhood, and he's trying not to disturb all the innocent people of Birmingham Airport every time he sits down by showing them the
length.
Now, a few lads at Onion Works have decided now is the best time to play their best hand, and put a rather large amount of Viagra into Onion's pint when he's not looking. Most of us, including him, are completely oblivious to this, and we head to our gate.
What did they put in a point, sorry?
Viagra.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Bastards. Oh, well, I'm nicking that one. We stand in the queue for the flight, and Onion starts to feel the effect of the magic potion, and he's standing one hand covering his cock and balls, and the other holding his bag. Word travels around quickly as to what has happened, including to the rest of the passengers on board and the actual flight crew. We're all absolutely pissing ourselves, and Onions awkwardly boards the plane and sits down, apologising to everyone for his stiffy.
This is a good one.
And he's already sat down as he walks past wearing his beautiful outfit and his raging boner. We take this is fucking. Imagine just walking around, you know, having to worry about not taking someone's eye out.
Yeah, well, if I had my kid on the plane, I wouldn't be happy.
Well, yeah, but if you're going to Prague, you're probably not taking your kids anyway.
Yeah, true.
Right, I forgot where I was now. Yeah, so we crack on with the holiday. We have 3 minibuses booked for us at the Prague, so we take to the hotel we've booked. Now, about halfway into the minibus, and I get a call from one of the lads on the other bus, to answer the phone to my mate. Says, "All right, which one of you funny fuckers got Onion's bag?" So I ask the question. Everyone's looking bemused and answers, "Not me, I ain't got his bag." And we hear nothing again. And we get to our hotel. Onion is looking very confused, pissed and dejected. We ask her, "Who's got your bag then?" Give it him back, like, because obviously he's got all his clothes on and everything like that, so he's changed out the Smurfette. So basically, the bag's been left on the carousel at the airport, and they're now in Prague. So the only outfit he's got for the weekend
is a Smurfette
outfit. Oh man! Despite all the calls and attempts to retrieve or locate it, they just can't find it. So dressed as an air hostess without any change of clothes, Onion had to wear the air hostess outfit all day and night, followed by 2 more outfits, Pamela Anderson and a bridesmaid dress. Onion was more pissed off about losing his favourite jumper and the rest of his clothes, but we found it fucking hilarious seeing Onion with nothing but fancy dress all weekend. Prague's one of the best places I've been to, and shout out to the Zombie Bar, been there, where pints were less than £1, top laugh, top weekend, top lads.
That's nice. Onion, unlucky mate.
Fair play.
Fair play to you though. I'd have just gone and bought some clothes in a shop.
Yeah.
But fair play to you, you stuck it out.
Just like an Eastern European gangster all weekend.
Yeah.
Big feet up off the
Yeah,
jacket.
proper. Some casuals.
You ever been to Prague?
I've never been to Prague, no.
I'm going to tell us.
Those sort of countries, I know people go Poland, Prague and all that on the session, but don't interest me because I'm a dickhead, right? And I want to get drunk. I'm going to get drunk and someone's going to want to stab me or beat me up over there. Like, I was in a pub the other day, Monday. So the pubs open back up. And
shout out to the pubs.
Shout out to the pubs, respect. I've had 2 days of heavy drinking. I'm gone in now, and I shouldn't really be going out because of my brain injury and stuff. I forget things, I forget the rules, and so forth. But look, I'm just sat there being a relatively well-behaved young man, and a guy comes in to join our party. We've got enough space for him. There's no rules being broken. But the landlord of the pub starts shouting at him when he walks in. And this guy's just come back on leave from the army. He's got nothing to do. He's not done anything wrong. So, like, me being me, I'm like, well, with all due respect, he's not just arrived. He's like, if you don't like it, go and drink somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now, I've had a few beers by this time. Yeah. So I told him in no uncertain terms I'd never return to his pub. I wasn't that polite. But yeah, and I thought to myself, this is why I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I can't be going to places like Prague because the police will be tasering me or shooting me or something because they won't like my attitude. And it's not even a bad attitude, but I just can't take bullies.
Yeah.
I have to say something, and I know what? I'm not a hard enough man to be saying stuff to people.
having been to Prague and encountered a police officer for some miscreant behaviour, shall we say.
Yeah.
I was wheeling into a plant pot in Wenceslas Square. And to be fair, firm but fair, I was doing something I shouldn't have done, but I must admit I struggled to walk for about 3 days because they literally just whacked me around the back of the legs. And I was like, probably pissed on myself as well.
Oh, you know, you're just talking about the airport though, with the boarding pass. Some friends of mine, they won't mind mentioning the names. I think it was like Leo Donnell and Paddy Collins, Stephen Collins and them boys. I think it was those guys. Can't quite remember fully, but they were going on holiday. And the groom, they put a massive dildo in his hand luggage when he wasn't looking. So when it went through the scanner, they were all like, there's this massive dildo in his bag. And the security staff called him over, like, whose bag's this? And again, outlaw, I think your mate's having you on.
Oh, man.
There was apparently, the staff were cool about it and had a laugh and that, but fuck, mate, that's a good one to get your mate with.
Oh, so getting it out, is this yours, sir?
Yeah,
wobbly
big
one.
massive one, I reckon, I think it was. Sort of like, that's a sort of, it was a memory, I've been told that years ago, so it's a bit cloudy, but I'm sure it was those guys that I sort of knew that they did it.
You've triggered a memory of mine now about dildos, talking about sex toys. I was
from shit to dildos.
Shit
you get it all
yeah.
with us, guys.
Yeah, it's just
as long as the dildo don't get covered in shit.
Yeah, that's a different podcast we do.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. That's tonight.
We were seeing years and years ago. I used to work for a company, and they'd send you all over Europe, setting up internet cafes. It was ace. It was like week on, week off. So it was like week in Paris, then you'd have a week in Magaluf, and then back to somewhere else.
Oh, nice.
It was brilliant. Best job I've ever had. But when we was in Paris, where we were staying, those probably know Paris, we stayed, because what it was, you get so much money and you'd have to get your hotel, etc.
And your food,
you'd stay in the cheapest,
of course, yeah. We used to do it in London.
To maximise your money. Like,
yeah,
as you do. So we stayed in this place called the Gare du Nord, which is in Paris itself. It means North Station, and it is a proper dive. But it was good for the trains to get in and out of like the Châtelet de Halles and stuff. But where we were staying, there was like basically a road next to our hotel, which was like basically the dodgiest road in the world, full of like pimps and prostitutes and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, like the Eastern Europeans that have invaded.
It's like you walk past
I've
the dark
seen
alleys.
Taken.
Yeah. There was none of that going on though. Not that I know of. But directly over the road was this huge
backtrack.
sex shop, like selling all sorts of stuff. And like we've been on the piss in Paris and stuff like that. And we thought, we'll go in there. And there was a couple of lads. So we knew them fairly well because we were working with them. But and there was a couple of Scottish lads on there, and I was messing about. And they found this fucking sex toy, and it was like that, and it was huge, and it was massive. And then we're like jousting with it in the shop, like dicking about. So the one lad,
dicking about.
Yeah, well,
hey.
But the guy was obviously getting pissed off behind the counter. Was going in French, like telling him to put back the sex toys.
Yeah.
So the one lad's turned round, and the other lad's like wet fished him. He's gone whack. This big rubber cock, and just fucking knocked him out cold in the shop.
Fucking hell. You're making me not want to go out with you and your mates.
This weren't me. I was there. I think I'm just like a magnet for just.
A magnet for drama.
Yeah, magnet for drama.
Well, it's like when you're on the sesh, shit's gonna happen because once you're drinking or whatever else you're doing, I just have a drink personally, but I know some people have other sort of enhancements to the diet. When you're on the session and you're partying, things like inhibitions go, your sort of respect for law and order and your moralities all change and become lessened, so you start going wild, and that's why I'm expecting more stories to come in.
Yeah.
Bigger, like as we go on, obviously it's the first couple of weeks, we're just having little dribs and drabs of stories. I'm expecting some real big stories coming in, like I've messaged a guy who I know had some good times in Vegas, and he hasn't got back to me yet, but I think like I know he had some wild times in Vegas, so I'm expecting some good stories off him.
We can promise you that all names be left out. And
yeah,
all that sort of stuff.
if like
just to have a laugh at, basically.
Yeah, it's just to have a laugh at your experience, and everyone else to just have a laugh at the experience. We won't say your name if you let us know you don't want to know people to know who you were. We won't say it, but like I tried to keep someone anonymous on the last one, and then everyone knew who it was because they were like I usually like 2 stories of him, and the first one a lot of people knew about, so they knew it was him in the second one. Then
when I was waiting for you at the train station, the lad who
I was late today
about the old Joy Blackthorn when he shat himself, he texted me and he goes, "Oh, said I'm waiting for you. I'm at New Seat for waiting for the pod." he goes, "Oh, gonna drop me in the shit again, are you?" Sorry, mate. But then again, so fuck you, Shrek, basically.
Oh, that's Shrek, yeah.
Yeah,
You dropped yourself in the shit, didn't you,
yeah,
Shrek? Oh, Jesus. I forgot about him.
Yeah, no, he's a good lad. I'm going for a drink Saturday with him, so.
I'm out Friday, I am. I don't know if it's not this Friday. What day is it today?
Wednesday?
I think it's a week Friday, 23rd, St George's Day, isn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, it's my mate's birthday as well. So we're out for the day. It's going to be a session. We're going to have stories after that coming into you because...
I nearly went, "Oh, you go in there?" And I thought, well, I better not do that because you get all these weirdos off the internet turning up then. So.
Nah, like... I don't know where we're going actually. Well, I've got him. I checked with all the places we're going. He's booked tables. My mate's younger brother, so he's a bit younger than me. I think he's still in his 20s. He may be early 30s. He's messaged me. I booked this place from midday till 3. Then we're going to this place from 3 till 6. Then from 6 till 9, I booked this.
It's a bit too
I messaged back, listen, if I go out at midday, I'm not going to be out at 6 p.m. I'm going to be at home, covered in kebab, asleep. Like, I can't do those all-day sessions anymore.
Yeah.
I'm too old, and I can't take no enhancements because of the brain injury. So I'm just drinking. So if I have 6 or 7 points, I'm done.
Yeah. I must be, we went around our friends on Good Friday and I just, my head fell off. I haven't had that for years. I just drinking like the old stupid strength beer, the Trappist monk.
Oh, well, I watched the bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
Did I mention it on the last one? I think I was watching it that night, wasn't I? Well, anyway, I watched the bare knuckle boxing, and my mate come round, and I just got a crate of Stella, a crate of fucking Thatchers. I snake bited them all night. What? Nah, I don't want cocktails. So yeah, I was just drinking them, and I drank a bottle of Kraken rum.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely hammered the whole bottle. I said to my mate the next day, I messaged him.
So hang on, you just been telling me a minute ago, "Oh yeah, I have to take it easy," and all that sort of stuff. And then you're like, 24 cans of that? 24
No, I
cans
did drink
of that?
all the cans. I've still got
rum.
some of the Thatchers now, but I did the whole bottle of rum. Well, the next morning, I messaged my mate. I said, "Bloody hell, mate, we did all that rum last night." He said, "No, we didn't. You did." He said, "I had a tiny bit to start with, and then you just shot it all night while we was watching the boxing."
Oh, man.
And I was watching, and well done to Conatini, world champion bare knuckle boxer, and Daniel Podmore, British champion heavyweight. Well done, guys. Great fights, man. Loved it. So yeah, well, and if you're watching this and you've never heard of BKB, it's the best ungloved franchise in the world. There's no one else that can compare with it, and it's ungloved boxing, so it's bare knuckles, and it's the truest form of combat, in my opinion. There's no padding, and you're just there to. There's still Queensberry boxing rules. It's a 20 count, no, not a 10 count, and they're just boxing the face off each other, and it's growing. There's some really good boxers in there now, and I think if you get a chance, watch it. I go to the O2 in London and watch them. It's a big setup. It's at the O2 in London. So yeah, I can really, really recommend, if you get the chance, there's an app called Fight, F-I-T-E. You can watch them through there, download it on your TV. So that's a great thing to watch. So yeah, free promotion for BKB there.
Probably got the hardest ref in the world as well.
Yeah, Barrington Patterson's the ref, isn't he? Yeah. The one when he flipped the geezer, man, it was funny. Like he did his like suplex on him, it was hilarious. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Baz.
Yes, blue nose like us.
Yeah, we'll have to arrange a session confessions trip then to BKB.
Well, I'm going. We're going to be going to the next one. I think it's June. I'm waiting to see if my pal's on it. He's the Hall of Fame bare knuckle boxer.
Who's he?
Ricky Nalda.
Oh yeah.
Great fighter, and he's coming. He retired.
Did he announce a fight today? Or someone else announced a fight today?
I don't know, but he retired. He did. He might have announced it today. I haven't looked online really. Yeah. He retired, and he's coming back now. So I think he'll be on that next show, and I'm going to get a coach going down there. I've got a coach company I can use, really reasonable. So I want to try and get 50 people on a coach, all go down there.
Get sponsors, get it for free.
And we'll get what?
Get him to sponsor the podcast, we'll give it for free.
Yeah, we're going to fill the coach. It'll be a good night. It'll be a great night, man. So watch out on the Fat Theo page and the Session Confessions page for announcements on that. Jolly Boy's down to London to watch a Brummie fighter, the Birmingham Bull, Ricky Nalda, in his comeback fight, and he's a Hall of Fame fighter. Should be really good, man. And we're going to take. I'll get 2 coaches if we need it. Let's go down my banded Brummies and have a good old sing song and a laugh.
Well, Conatini's
yeah,
us, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the world champion now. I don't think he'll be fighting on the next one. But yeah, he's the Brumtown Bomber,
Yeah.
and Ricky Nalder's the Birmingham Bull. So yeah, and you
Shows
got Daniel Podmore, Big Poddy. He's a British champion
What's
now
his
as well.
nickname?
Poddy.
Oh, it's just Poddy.
Yeah, he hasn't gone too deep
He
into
hasn't-
the Fortnite.
he
I mean,
hasn't
too
sort of a dummy
creative.
landmark to-
Yeah. But he's a British champion as well, and in the heavyweight division, probably the fastest moving heavyweight you're going to see in BKB. So yeah, like I'm going to organise some trips for that. I'll announce it on this and on my Fat Theo comedy page. Anyone wants to come? Let's get our tickets. I'm going to have a wild one down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll have a proper session. We'll hopefully get some stories for the next podcast.
exactly. Hopefully, no one shoots himself on the coach because that.
That will be. Oh, I'll throw him off.
Yeah, well,
I'll throw him off, mate.
hot boxing a poo. Ooh.
Oh.
But no, shout out to all the Brummy BKB fighters.
Yeah, you've done amazing. There's John Hick as well. He's got.
So basically, just everyone who fights is a balmy Brummy, then basically.
Well, no, they've got worldwide fighters. They've got Americans. They've got the Yank Eric Olsen. He's an American, and he just does not care about
It's got to be
anything.
nails though. Yeah, it's just.
You've got to be hard as anything, man.
Yeah.
Eric Olsen, Blood Axe they call him. He went to like Poland.
That's a good name, mate.
He went to Poland and fought him on where headbutting was allowed and stuff, and it just but yeah, they're just hard people, man. They're the opposite of me. I'm soft.
Yeah.
I'm soft on the edges. I'm not a hard, but I do enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing a fight in a pub.
Are you one of them people that's sitting there like you got your crisps and you got your pint and you're watching these two proper pure athletes and you're going, oh, he's
Nah.
cardio's
Yeah, no, I did joke about that, on Facebook, like, yeah. But no, I just enjoy it. I enjoy the spectacle. And so, yeah, most combat sports I enjoy watching. Like, real ones, not wrestling.
Oh, don't shit
'Cause
about
I'm
wrestling, mate.
not a child, like.
Brought the greatest drinking game of all time, mate. Hot tagging.
No, that's shit.
No.
I'll tell you a game. You said about hot tagging, yeah. So I went to a stag do. A friend of mine at the time, Adam, in Newcastle, and we were there. It was great, man. A few of us. I didn't know any of the lads there. Really. Just my pal Ruben was there, and Adam, who stag do was there. They're the only two I knew before going. So we got to Newcastle, went into like Tiger. And one of the guys there said, "Let's play this game. It's called Go and Tell Her." He said, now, anytime anyone says anything about a woman on the night,
Right.
and someone says, go and tell her before they say, I'm not telling her,
Right.
you've got to go over and tell her what you said.
Oh, the brains are going there. Go on.
Listen, so, at first, you remember to say, oh, look at, well, she's fit,
Yeah.
I'm not telling her. Or, like, look at the state of her hair, I'm not telling her. But then,
What did you say? Look at the state of her hair.
yeah, well, listen, so as the night went on, I'm getting a bit drunk. We've gone into a couple of bars later, and you forget the game's on. And this one walks in,
Could be sorry.
slightly bigger boned woman. And I said, fuck me, them leggings are stretched to breaking point. And someone said, go and tell her. So I had to walk up to this woman. Excuse me, your leggings are stretched to breaking point. Oh, man. She was like crying.
Oh, mate.
I felt awful. But another lad, like, we said, this woman walked in and she was a beautiful woman. He went, whoa, things I'd do to her, man. Well, I'd destroy her. And I said, go and tell her. And he's like, oh. And he had to go over there, and a fella was there, and his fella was massive. And we're in this bar. Well, there's about 20 of us. But, like, this guy looked like he could just break us all in two. So he went over anyway, and he said, oh, like, I'll destroy you in the bedroom. There's things I would do to you. And he went, I'm sorry. And he went, nah. And the fair play to the guy who's laughing. You know what, lads? I've been watching you doing it. Fair play to you. You're brilliant.
That could have gone wrong.
Yeah, it could have gone wrong. The bouncers were cracking up at us, man, because we were just doing. It was just going on all night. The bouncers were in stitches. Look, that geezer though, he looked like a monster. And as my mate went over, I can't remember which mate he was, but I just felt awful for him. Thought he's in trouble, man. But the guy was sound. He brought us all a shot as well. Like it was a crazy one that was, and then one of us got lost. So yeah,
Newcastle's a mad night out, to be fair.
Oh yeah, another one. I went in Blackpool.
Oh, the land of hopes and dreams.
And my stepbrother was with us, right, and he had a row with his girlfriend. And she locked him out of the hotel room. So he tried to climb the drain pipe to get into the hotel room to speak to her. Got 2 floors up, fell and cracked his head open. Oh. So I'm in bed asleep, and his girlfriend's knocked my hotel room door and gone, you better go see him. you better go and see Richmond. I might say your name because I said my stepbrother anyway. So you better go and see Richmond. He's cracked his skull open down there. He's got blood everywhere. So I've been drinking 2 days solid. I'm hammered. I've had to get up, go in an ambulance to the hospital. We're drunk. You imagine the paramedics and the hospital staff in Blackpool, the amount of shit they see. So we just look like a pair of idiots and he's there, like blood everywhere, and we're in the hospital. And like, I lost a day on my trip on that one. So I'm there in the hospital, like, and I was really worried for him because of blood, and his skull all his head was cracked open here, man. You could see his skull. But they stitched him up on that, and it was all alright in the end. But it was crazy. And it just shows the mad things you do, innit?
When you've had a drink, you're really...
I said to him, why did you climb the drain pipe, man? Well, he's like, I wanted to get in my room. I was like, yeah, but...
There's stairs and a door.
No, but she locked the door on him.
Right, yeah.
And he knew the window was open, I think. I was like, yeah, but it's just not my door. You could have jumped on my bed, man. Do you know what I mean?
Blackpool's a wild place, man. We stayed... I think we went up for the
They're not
darts.
together anymore.
What?
They're not together anymore, weirdly.
She doesn't fancy life with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Blackpool's a mad place, to be fair. I mean, I think they used to do the darts, but I don't know if they still do.
Yeah, no, they don't do it anymore. They do it in London now.
Yeah, a couple of lads went up to watch the darts, and we went up just to go on a piss, basically. And we stayed in this sort of B&B back of the seafront, like, sort of thing. One of the lads, again, I must have some handsome mates. He's never me copping off with anyone, but my mate had copped off with this girl. And where it was like, so it was like 3 levels to this place, and we was in this one room, and a lot of bunk beds and stuff. It was proper shit, to be fair, like He-Man, Masters of the Universe, bed sheets and all that sort of crap. And he was in there. We all got back, and he was like, "Oh, so and so's in that room with a bird." And I went, "Which room is he? Which room are they in?" And I went, "It's that one down the end of the corridor." I went, "Oh, what's this?" So I went completely naked, and I went, I'm running down the corridor. I just went, whack! I'll kick the door open. I'm going, "Come on, let me in!" But the lights have all come on. It's just a complete random couple I've never seen in my life.
Oh, man. When we were in Magaluf, on another stag do actually, it was in Magaluf, and the other about the Viagra, they spiked the shots with Viagra juice, liquid juice, whatever. So I've took one. I'm steaming now, and I'm running around the hotel floor naked. And I ran into a room where my friend was with a woman, and I started hitting my friend in the face with my winky. I call it my winky because my daughters call it my winky. But so I started hitting my friend in the face while he was doing it, and and he didn't get down for ages. It was like, I thought, that's it, I'm going to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me they'd done all the shots, and we all just did the shots. And like, I think they did a couple of them, and I just got on luck. I think I had both the ones with it in. Oh man, it hurt. It hurt in the end. I was in pain. Yeah. I was like, fuck. I thought, this is it, man. I can't go home like this, and it just went down in the end.
But do you remember these?
I just met my wife at the time as well. We were just dating, and I'm running around the hotel naked with my winky out. I thought, if anyone tells her,
imagine if the first time you ever like copped off with your now wife was the first time you took Viagra, and she thought you was just an absolute stallion, and then the level you'd have to keep up with the rest of your life.
Well, when I met my wife, I was in better shape, and I weren't as ugly as I am now.
Oh, you're a good-looking lad, mate.
No, I'm at ease of being ugly. I'm cool with it. But you do just degrade over time. And I often think, she must think, I can do better than this.
Pulled short and
and he's not just the ugliness, he's got bad health. Bloody had a stroke, brain hemorrhage. When the COVID come, I was in hospital a month, mate. I was in intensive care. It's just, like, you must think, I've drawn the short story here, man. I've drawn the short straw.
It must be down to your knee or something then. There must be a reason why she's still with her.
I know, I was impotent for 2 years. After the brain hemorrhage, I was impotent. There was nothing, and you know, it actually helped our marriage because we spoke and chatted. It weren't just about the raw animal sex. But yeah, it's mad. But guys, seriously, we've warbled on about other things today. Not really got madly into the session talk, but we do want to hear your session stories. So send them in, thesessionconfessions@gmail.com, or look for the Session Confessions page on Facebook, the Fat Theo page. You can send them there if you want. Anonymity is guaranteed if you want it. If you don't, we'll talk about it openly. But yeah, send them in. It's a bit of a short one this week because we are still sort of getting dribs and drabs and not many stories yet. So hopefully more will come in and we'll talk about them then. So thanks for watching. We didn't have a sponsor for this week's show, unfortunately. So I can't thank our sponsors now. But, I mean, I should. If you want to sponsor future shows, get in touch too. Thanks again for Digital Village Digbeth for the expertise in recording it, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, guys.